It's open. Oh, Pilar, I'm so glad it's you.
Have you been crying, Sheridan?
No, it's just my allergies.
You don't have to pretend with me. Oh. What is it? What has made you so sad?
I feel so alone. I'm afraid that I'll always be alone.
Oh, nonsense. You'll find someone to love.
But will they love me back?
Of course they will. Trust me. There is someone out there just waiting for you.
Mom, hi. Hi, Dad. You're home early.
Simone, what is going on here?
Your mother asked you a question.
Mom, you said it was okay if I had friends over.
Sugar Bear, you're on your own.
Simone, what is the meaning of this?
Your mother asked you a question.
You said it was okay if I had friends over for dinner.
Would you please excuse us? I'd like to speak to my daughter in the kitchen. You too, Whitney.
But Mom...
Now.
Yeah, I better go.
You know where you're headed, Chad?
No, but I'll be cool.
Why don't you have a seat?
I'm very disappointed in you, Simone. I asked you not to see that boy.
His name is Chad.
I told you that I didn't want you to be around him. And then I come home, and I find him in my living room. Now I want an explanation, Simone, and I want one now.
I don't understand how Charity could leave the hospital without anyone knowing.
Well, everyone thought she was asleep for the night, Miguel.
She must have woken up and wondered where she was, why she was here. Oh, it's driving me crazy to think of her out there in the night, lost and alone.
I know.
You're just as worried about her as I am, aren't you?
Devastated.
Well, I can't stand around here doing nothing. I'm going out to look for her.
Oh, don't, Miguel. I mean, my dad's got the police searching for her everywhere. Charity needs someone that she knows to be here in case she comes back.
You're probably right. It's just she's been through so much. Losing her mom, not remembering things. She's so vulnerable. And it's so dark out there.
My house. I remember. This used to be my home. Mom? Are you here? Mom? Mom?
Poor Charity misses her mommy.
Not for long, she won't. Once we get our hands on the dear girl, she'll be reunited with dear Mumsy for all eternity.
Timmy likes to think of it that way. It's like Timmy and Tabitha are doing her a favor.
Oh, well, whatever. I just want to get her out of the way. As long as she's alive, you and I aren't safe, Timmy.
Even with her memory loss? Maybe Charity doesn't know she has special powers.
We can't take that chance, Timmy. It's time for Charity to say ta-ta.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of the bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
You will find a man who loves you for who you are.
I just I wish I could believe you.
Give yourself a chance.
Maybe I'm not as strong as you think I am. You know, being back here is just too hard. I mean, I'd leave today if it wasn't for your son, Luis.
Luis?
Well, I still have to serve out my community service at the youth center. Since he's the director there, I still have to take orders from him.
But that's not Luis's fault, Sheridan. The court sentenced you, not him.
But Luis is intolerable. I'm sorry to speak ill of your son, but he is the most critical, opinionated, unyielding...
Don't forget Bossy.
Yes! He is very controlling. You think I'm overreacting, don't you?
No. I know he can be tough sometimes. He is a policeman.
But it's not just when he's in uniform. He's like that all the time with me. I mean, he has so much contempt for my family that he goes out of his way to get me on the littlest thing.
I know. I realize he can be very demanding.
I mean, I've met people that I haven't gotten along with, but nothing like this. I mean, Luis and I are just total opposites. We have nothing in common.
Except, it would seem, the way you affect one another.
I guess. We're almost like those magnets that repel each other. We shouldn't even be in the same room together.
Did you ever think that perhaps all your run-ins with Luis have affected the way you feel about all men right now?
Easy, Luis. It's me, Hank. Hey, buddy. Obviously, you're working.
Just doing a little foot patrol. Been some incidents in the area lately.
I'm innocent, I swear. If you don't believe me, you can ask my brother Sam, the police chief.
Yeah, right. I'll take your word for it. This time.
I know I've been away for a while, but since when is there a crime wave in Harmony?
It's more like a swell. And these muggings are the first in a while, and they just started up.
I guess that means I can't talk you into a game of pool over at Jack's?
Not tonight. I'm working OT. Maybe tomorrow if I get the night off.
Yeah, but if you get the chance to work overtime tomorrow, you'll probably do it.
Well, could be.
You know, how can you and I be such good buddies but so different at the same time?
Look, we're not so different, Hank.
Give me a break. You're like the good son and brother in your family, and I'm like the black sheep in mine.
Don't tell me. Does that black sheep routine of yours work with the women?
Oh, you better believe it. They all want to be the one who turns me around, you know, and saves me from myself. It's the best line I've ever come up with. Speaking of women, how are you and Sheridan doing at the youth center since she whipped your butt in b-ball?
You know, I met this baby and the game's mine.
I won, you lost. How sweet it is. I guess that'll teach you to never underestimate a woman ever again, especially one named Crane.
Lucky shot. Besides, I'd have played a whole different game if I'd have known Sheridan was gonna cheat.
Sour grapes, man. She beat your butt.
Oh, yeah, with a little help from one of the biggest stars in the NBA. You know, it's just amazing what Crane money can buy.
You know, I give her points for just thinking of hiring Robert Ory as her personal coach. It's pretty creative.
Pretty underhanded, if you ask me.
Oh, lighten up, Luis. If Sheridan's last name was anything but Crane, you'd be giving her credit where it was due for her being so smart. Admit it. You're just steamed because it was Sheridan.
You know I was gonna have friends over.
Kay and Miguel, you didn't say anything about inviting Chad over here because you knew that I would forbid it. Do you have any idea how it makes me feel that you deliberately misled me?
I am not a baby anymore, Mom.
What did you say?
I am old enough to pick my own friends and have them come over whenever I want, not when you say so.
So how you like your new jacket? Keeping you warm?
Oh, yeah. It's great.
Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, my lovely wife didn't feel the same way I felt about it.
Why don't you just say, tough, I'm keeping it?
You haven't been around married people much, have you?
I guess not.
See, a marriage is a give-and-take proposition, Chad. Sometimes you have to compromise. Besides, Mrs. Russell was right. The jacket didn't fit me anymore, and I'm glad you're getting some use from it.
There's nothing wrong with Chad, Mom. He's a nice guy.
Like you know anything about him, Simone.
Your sister's right. You don't know anything about him. You don't know where he comes from, who his family is.
What difference does that make?
It makes a big difference.
If it's so important who Chad's family is, how come we don't know who your relatives are?
Yes, this should do nicely.
Timmy hates needles.
Then you're fortunate that this is for charity and not for you.
That's not funny, Tabitha. Tell Timmy again how you're going to make Charity dead.
Well, we're going to sneak up on her when she's not looking, and then I'm going to knock her out with this, then kill her, and then we'll have to figure out what to do with the body.
Just another night out with Tabitha.
Watch it, Timmy.
Sorry, Tabitha. But Timmy and Tabitha already know what to do with Charity's body. Timmy dug her a nice grave that's ready and waiting for her. Timmy even put some flowers in it.
Forget the grave, Timmy. We're too far out of town to cart Charity back to Harmony. Somebody could see us.
But, Princess, Timmy just about killed himself digging that hole.
Well, look at it as much-needed exercise to work off all those martinis you're always drinking. But don't whine. Now, we'll think of something else to do with that hole. Maybe we'll finish it off as a hot tub or something.
A hot tub? Here, Fluffy. Here, Kitty. Here, Kitty, Kitty. That's a good fluffer whoppers. Oh, yeah, fluffer whoppers. Come on. Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Poor Fluffy. Timmy forgot Fluffy doesn't know how to swim. Yes, Tabitha. Timmy would like a hot tub.
Shh. We can't let Charity hear us. We've got to catch her by surprise. Come on.
Mom, how could you have made it out of here alive? And if you did, where are you? If only there was someone to help me.
I never should have left the hospital at night. If I'd stayed, none of this would have happened.
Don't blame yourself, Miguel. I mean, you're only gone for a short time. Besides, you went with me to Simone so we could figure out ways to help Charity.
You know what gets me the most? Is that you called here to check on her. Why would the nurse say Charity was sleeping?
Hi, this is Kay Bennett. I was calling about my cousin, Charity Standish.
Thank God. Do you know where she is?
Excuse me?
She's gone. We're searching the hospital for her now.
She must not have realized that Charity was gone.
Well, she should have. I'm gonna find that nurse and find out why she told us Charity was okay when she was already missing.
Which galls you the most, Luis? That you lost to a woman or lost to a crane?
Neither. Until you brought it up, I'd forgot it even happened.
Oh, like hell. You're one of the most competitive guys I know. You can't stand the fact that Sheridan got the better of you on your turf.
If she'd have played fair and square, it'd be a different story. But she bought her win, using the crane influence and money. Just like she thinks she can buy her way in and out of everything in life. Whatever happened to playing by the rules, Hank?
Reality check, buddy. Everyone plays by their own rules. You need to learn to accept that or you're in for a rough road.
Well, I am who I am. And I'm not going to change now. Especially not for Sheridan Crane.
It's nothing against you, Pilar. It's just that your son isn't my kind of person.
I know he hasn't been easy on you. But it's not personal, Sheridan. Luis just has a strong sense of what is right and what is wrong.
I'm sorry, but I think it is personal.
Then let me tell you about his first day as a policeman. He gave me a ticket for jaywalking across Main Street.
What? His own mother?
Yes, and I could not talk him out of it.
I know that he can be uptight and rigid, but, I mean, that's unbelievable.
Well, my daughter Teresa was with me, and he wanted to show her that no one, not even family, should get special treatment if they broke the law.
But it was jaywalking, not robbery.
Yes, but he wanted to make sure that we never jaywalked again. He was afraid that we'd be hit by a car.
Still, there is such a thing as being flexible and bending the rules.
No, not with Luis. I got the ticket. But Luis paid for the fine with his first paycheck, and he apologized over and over for what he felt he had to do.
I just don't understand him sometimes. I mean, one minute he's caring and gentle with the kids at the youth center, and then the next he's insensitive and callous at the tiniest infraction.
Perhaps this will help you understand. When Luis was still young, my husband disappeared, and not long after that, his older brother Antonio took off, and we've never heard from him since.
I remember hearing about that.
Even though he was just a boy, he took it upon himself to take care of the family. And in order to do that, he set up strict boundaries for himself, things he felt he could or could not do in order to meet the responsibilities he had taken on.
I don't understand.
He never told me this, but I think that deep down, Luis was afraid that whatever made his father and his brother leave might strike him too. That if he didn't have enough structure in his own life, he might end up leaving also.
Well, whatever else I think of Luis, I don't think he would ever walk out on his family.
Oh, no. I know he wouldn't do that in a million years. But he's so hard on himself. Much harder than he is on you or anyone else.
Well, whatever drives Luis, it doesn't matter to me. As soon as I get through my 100 hours of community service, I'm gone.
Sheridan, you're not really going back to Paris.
Well, it's as good a place as any. And at least I don't have any childhood memories there.
But you can't keep running from yourself. What happened that night in the mansion? It's not your fault. No one blames you.
I don't know about that, Pilar. If you'll excuse me, I need to get some fresh air.
That's hypocritical, Mom. How can you be so hung up on who Chad's people are when we've never met any of your relatives either?
We're not talking about my family. We're talking about what went on here tonight. You sneaking around behind my back to directly disobey me. And that fresh little mouth of yours, too. Obviously, your friend is a very bad influence, which is exactly what I was afraid of.
It's not fair, Mom.
What's not fair, Simone, is you're lying to me. And you too, Whitney.
Me? I didn't do anything.
You should have told me that Chad was here when I talked to you on the phone. You are older than your sister. You know better.
So, Chad, what are your interests?
You mean, do I stick up people for a living?
No, that's not what I meant at all. I mean, what do you do in your spare time? Sports? Movies? What?
Music.
Music.
I like music.
Jazz, R&B, hip-hop, rock, what?
All of it. And mostly hip-hop. I had a gig in a record company in L.A. I was learning how to produce.
So what happened?
My boss shafted me. Same old, you know. He was a rich, hotshot white dude, and I was... what you see is what you get, you know. But anyway, I tried to tell him about himself, and he fired me. He made it so I couldn't get another job in the industry out there. So much for dreams.
Yeah. I understand.
How? Something like that happened to you?
Well, Chad, this world is full of jerks. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. But you can't let anybody get in the way of your dreams.
Sounds like you've gone through it.
Well, I'm gonna check on my wife and my girls.
Miguel, don't do that.
Why not? If that nurse you talked to told us Charity was missing, we might have found her already.
Well, the nurse told me what she thought was the truth. Obviously, she had no idea Charity was missing, or she would have told me. I'll bet she feels terrible about it now. I'll bet she could even get fired for making an honest mistake.
I guess I just wanted to blame someone. But there's really no one to blame. Wait a minute. I know where Charity went.
Where?
Back to her old house in Castleton. She probably woke up and got upset about her mom, and she's trying to get back to where they live.
But that's impossible, Miguel. I mean, she barely even remembers her name, much less where she lives.
But maybe she overheard someone talking, or maybe she saw something in the paper.
No, she couldn't have, because I remember Dr. Russell telling a nurse that Charity wasn't to see any newspapers until she was fully recovered. She would have been too upset.
I guess you're right. I mean, there's no way Charity could have known where she used to live. She couldn't have gone there.
Shh. We're almost there. Well done, if I do say so myself. Even without my special powers, I've managed to lure Charity away from the confines of the hospital where she was safe. You mustn't get your hopes up that she could be wandering around out there, somewhere, injured, confused.
But it's possible.
Anything's possible, my child. But even if she were out there, you're recuperating in here. There's nothing you could do to find her. Now she's alone, right where we want her. Jim is impressed. Save your sucking up until I've done the deed, Timmy.
Who's there? Mom, is that you? I'm sorry Simone's dinner got ruined. Perhaps if my daughter had listened a little more carefully to me, her evening would have gone a little more smoothly.
If you're gonna blame anyone, blame me. Simone was just trying to be nice. I think I'll be leaving your house now.
Chad, you don't have to go. Couldn't we order in pizza or something, Dad?
I'm sorry, baby.
Thanks anyway, Simone, but I gotta split. Look, I appreciate you asking me over and trying to help me find out about my family.
Chad hasn't seen his family since he was a little kid, and he thinks they might be here in Harmony. And all he's got to go on is this little scrap of paper from an old Harmony Herald.
I was under the impression that you were from Los Angeles, Chad.
No, I am. I don't know what that piece of newspaper means. Maybe nothing, but I just figured why not check it out. Do either of you know anybody in this town by the name of Harris?
Who's there?
Oh, for crying out loud! What do you think you're doing?
Me? What are you doing? Are you so desperate to catch me doing something that you're following me now?
You shouldn't be out so late at night, alone.
Anna, since when is it a crime to take an evening walk? Or have you dug up some archaic law against that too? One that only applies to cranes,
Look,
that
it's
is.
just not safe out.
Since when?
Since we've had reports of muggings around here the last few nights. Muggings of women? Now, just go on home.
After I get some air.
Look, I'm just asking you for your own good. It's dangerous out here.
Look, Luis, don't worry about me. I can take care of myself.
Charity's been gone a long time. I swear, Kay, I don't know what I'll do if anything happens to her.
Don't freak out, Miguel. I'm sure everything will work out the way it's supposed to.
Is there any news? Did they find Charity?
No, but we just got a call from a driver of the van who picked up a girl with a hospital band on her wrist. He didn't think much of it until he heard the radio reports about a girl being missing from the hospital.
Does he know where she is now?
He dropped her off in Castleton.
She must have remembered.
I guess so.
Do me a favor, nurse. Call Chief Bennett at the Harmony PD. Tell him what you told me now.
Okay.
Wish me luck, Kay.
Miguel, wait! I'm coming with you.
You can't. It's too late and you have school tomorrow.
So do you. Besides, you need me. Charity's afraid of you. Remember how she didn't recognize you in the hospital room and how scared she was of you?
I still don't know why she reacted that way to me.
She might run away if she sees you.
You're right. There's a better chance she'll trust you. Let's go.
I have to keep him from finding her.
Mom, is that you?
Ooh. Ooh.
It was only an owl. Will I ever see my mom again?
Practically suffocated, Jimmy. Because you're a bad boy. You almost gave us away. Now, stay put and let me do what we came here to do. Poor Charity.
Harris. That name doesn't ring a bell. How about you, honey?
No, I don't know anyone around here by that name.
Well, I knew it was a long shot. Could be. My family never was from around here. Thanks again, Simone. For everything.
I feel terrible about dinner, Chad.
It's okay, honest.
Well, where will you be? You can't stop looking for your family now.
Well, we'll see. So far, all I've hit are dead ends.
Maybe I'll see you around the youth center tomorrow.
Sorry, I don't know what my plans are right now.
How could you, Mom? How could you ruin my life?
We've got to hurry, Kay. The sooner we get to Castleton, the better our chances of finding Charity. I'm afraid if she sees her burned down house, she'll wander off again and we'll never find her.
She could wind up one of those missing persons that are never found, like you see on milk cartons. Milk in your coffee, darling.
Thanks, sweetheart. I'm a lucky man to have such a thoughtful wife. Hop on, Kay. We gotta get on the road. Hang on tight.
No problem, Miguel.
Sweet dreams, Charity. conscious, Timmy. Not dead. Still have to come up with the cause of her demise. And it has to be something that won't arouse anyone's suspicions. Especially not that pain-in-the-neck police chief Sam Bennett's.
Timmy has an idea. Timmy and Tabitha could throw her off a cliff.
Except there are no cliffs around here.
Oh. Timmy forgot about that.
Don't worry. I'll come up with something. Oh, that damn train whistle. So loud I can hardly hear myself think. I've got it, Timmy. The perfect way to finish off charity for good.
Oh, your life is not ruined, Simone. I'm just trying to keep you from making a big mistake.
Is that why you humiliated me in front of Chad? And made him feel like a lowlife so he had to leave? How could you, Mom?
You know, you just better watch your tone, young lady, because I won't be spoken to in that fashion.
I don't care! You can ground me, you can lock me in my room. There is nothing that you can do that could be worse than what you did to me tonight.
I'm warning you, Simone.
No, Daddy. This is between me and my mother. You knew I liked Chad. And you still drove him away. How could you? He's never gonna come back.
That's for the best.
For who? For you? What about me? Don't I have any say in my own life?
Chad is not the kind of boy that you should even be interested in, and you are just too young to know that.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm old enough to choose my own friends. Why are you so afraid to let me grow up? Is it because you know I'll never be like Whitney?
I know that Whitney has never spoken to me in this way.
That's because we're two different people. Now, I know Whitney is the good sister. But I'm glad I am not like her. Because all Whitney will ever have in her life is tennis. She will not have a boyfriend because you will never deem anyone acceptable enough for her.
Simone.
Oh, it's true, Whitney. Maybe you like playing the good sister. Having Mom tell you what to do all the time, but I can't. And I know you and Dad want me and Whitney to marry the right kind of boy from the right kind of class and the right family. But I can't, and I don't care. I am not gonna fall in love with someone because you deem them acceptable. I am gonna fall in love with whoever I want. And there is nothing you can say, and there is nothing you can do about it.
I need to get gas. It'll only be a minute, and then we'll be on our way. I hope Charity's still there. Charity, thank God.
I was so scared, Miguel.
You're okay now. I'm here. You remember me?
Yes, I remember everything.
I can't wait to get you home where we can be together again.
Together for always. Stop!
What is it, Kay?
What about me? I need a ride home. You've got a thumb. Hitch. There's only room for one on this bike, and that's me. I won't let that happen. I have to keep Miguel from falling, Charity. Should do the trick.
Tell Timmy how you're going to try and knock off Charity this time.
Did you hear that train whistle?
Timmy and Tabitha are going to put her on a train.
No batting for brains. We're going to put her in front of a train. We're going to let the train do all the dirty work. It's brilliant. Everyone will think the poor girl was so grief-stricken over the loss of her mother that she didn't realize where she was walking.
You're very good at this, Princess.
Well, I've had a lot of practice, Timmy, but thank you. Oh, come on. You've got to get Charity to the train tracks. Come on now. I'll take her shoulders, you take her feet.
That's a good one, Tabitha. Timmy's too tired to do anything after digging that grave.
Pick up her damn feet, or Charity won't be the only one on those tracks. Oh. Hurry, Timmy. Hurry, Timmy. Come on.
Oh,
come on.
Timmy's helping.
Come on, Timmy. Move it, move it, move it. Come on, Timmy. Move it. Move it, Timmy.
Freeze! Police!
I will not have you speak to your mother in that tone. Do you understand me? Your mother loves you and has your best interest at heart.
No, she doesn't. She is trying to wreck my life, and I am not gonna let her.
Honey, it's gonna be all right.
Was it TC? I'm just trying to protect her. I'm trying to protect both my girls.
I know. And they both know that. Simone's just upset right now. She'll be fine in the morning.
I'm not so sure about that, TC.
Whitney, you know that your sister was just upset and she didn't mean anything she said.
Damn!
What is it?
There's something wrong with one of my tires. I'm gonna ease into a stop.
Timmy needs to catch his breath.
What's the matter with you now?
Timmy's a rag doll, not an action figure. Timmy can't keep up with all these physical demands.
Well, he's just going to have to try. Pick up her feet. Charity's got a train to catch. Oh.